Hey guys, what's up? So today I am less than 2 weeks away from starting the Arizona Trail. I've been doing a lot of prep, doing some bike gear shakedown, going on a lot of riding, but I also need to get my food together. So as some of you might know from following my other videos, I'm going to be resupplying with mail drops only on the Arizona Trail versus resupplying at stores along the trail like I did on the AT last year and earlier this year. So I need to put some meals together. I recently went to Costco, Walmart, and a couple other grocery stores and got a plethora of food. So I need to put some meals together, vacuum seal them, and then ship them out to myself. Alright guys, so first off I need to put some breakfast together. Just being used to being on the AT and kind of eating the same thing every single day, I am totally used to eating the same thing and it doesn't bother me. So for breakfast I've decided to go with oats. And inside of my oats I'm going to mix in a few different things. I recently went to Costco and picked up a big old bag of walnuts, some brown sugar, raisins, I have some dried mango here, and then a few spices like cinnamon and whatnot. So just to put together kind of a nice little easy breakfast. I probably won't boil water whenever I put it together. So how I'm going to do my oats are I have taken some vacuum seal bags. I have a vacuum sealer here. I've kind of cut them into this fixed length of what I know that usually works out. When it's all said and done, the breakfast kind of looks like this. There's my oats with all my goodies inside there. So I'll kind of show you how I do those. First off, like I said, I cut it to that size. Open up the vacuum sealer. This is probably going to be a little bit loud, so just kind of a little prep for you there. Alright, so I vacuum seal one side of the bag, as you can see right there. And then the other side is open, so that leaves a bag for me. Grab my oats. Now inside of my little breakfast bag I like to take about a half a cup first. I'll throw my half a cup of oats in there. And a quarter. So 3/4 of a cup of oats. Alright, so that's 3/4 of a cup of oats. The walnuts, actually there's 200 calories in a quarter cup of walnuts. And I believe 5 grams of protein. So that's pretty damn good. So I'm going to go with a 1/4 cup of walnuts in there. Kind of a nice little keeping friendly cup of walnuts. So I'm going to put that in there, kind of shake it up a little bit. Make sure it's all kind of evenly distributed. As far as raisins, I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to be a 1/4 cup of raisins. Kind of sticky. And that is about 130 calories for a cup of raisins. Some sugars, some vitamins, mainly sugar. I'm going to shake that up in there also, kind of get that good and blended. Have some mango here. Pretty much I went and just bought a bunch of leather mango or dried rehydrated mango and then just kind of cut it up into some chunks. I have a bunch more that I need to get it cut up into chunks, but this will work for now. So just kind of a small little handful of mango. Added some vitamins, some sugar, a little bit of protein in there. And then kind of put a few spices in there. Got some brown sugar here. Going to put about a teaspoon of brown sugar inside the bag. And then cinnamon. So just a few shakes of cinnamon in there just for flavor. Now, like I said before, I am probably not going to boil water. Number one, it's the Arizona Trail. I am going to be in the desert, so I probably won't be boiling a whole lot of water. That way I can conserve and not have to worry about washing something out. So I usually just take cold water and just dump it right in there, just enough to kind of get the oats wet and get everything wet, and I just eat it right out of the bag. That way I'm not putting stuff in my cup. That way I don't have to waste fuel on boiling water. And it still goes down the same. It's instant oats, so it still kind of even cooks up a little bit or gets softer with cold water. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to shake it up, a nice blend in there. We're going to put it back in the vacuum sealer, and I'm going to set it to vacuum and extended seal to make sure that I get a really nice seal on there. Stick that inside the vacuum sealer. And there you have it, breakfast. Good and sealed up. Packs down real nice, so it'll also save on weight inside of my frame bag on my ECR. Have a little bit of extra material here, just kind of take a pair of scissors and trim it off. And boom, got breakfast. So that's all for breakfast that I am going to need for a box. And then I also am going to put a packet of Starbucks Via coffee because I am a coffee geek. And then emergency, one of these little packets. I bought this box of like 90 of these. They have a handful of different flavors, but that way I can still get some vitamins, some antioxidants, some electrolytes, magnesium, zinc, all that good stuff. Had these a lot out on the AT whenever I could find them. This time I decided just to buy a bunch and ship them to me. So my breakfast will consist of an oatmeal, a coffee, and then a vitamin C pack to make sure that I have kind of everything and to get my day started. Alright guys, so next up are dinners. I have kind of a plethora of things to have for dinner. Have a bunch of kind of the classics, my favorite. Idahoan instant mashed potatoes. I have some rice sides. Asian barbecue is definitely my favorite. A bunch more mashed potatoes, different flavors. White cheddar queso. Haven't had this one, so I'm pretty kind of excited to try that. But I won't just be eating that and tuna like I did on the AT. Instead, I'm kind of mixing a meal together. With that, I have TVP, so good old textured vegetable protein. So that, I've dehydrated a bunch of spinach. Have a few bags of this, but kind of spent a couple days. I probably need to dehydrate a little bit more, but that way I can add some nutrients into this crap to give myself a better meal. Alright, so to make a meal for dinner, again I have kind of pre-cut a vacuum seal bag, so I'll just vacuum seal one side of it here. Give a nice extended seal on it. I got my nice seal on the bag, a little bit bigger of a pouch than the breakfast was. And then inside my bag, let's go ahead and start off with some Asian barbecue rice side. Just go ahead and rip the top off of that. Smells good, kind of as good as a normal rice side can. Just going to dump the rice right down inside of the vacuum seal bag. Now inside of the vacuum seal bag, I'm going to take some TVP, so textured vegetable protein. A quarter of a cup is about 80 calories or 12 grams of protein. So I'm actually going to do half a cup in each one of these. A nice big heaping half a cup TVP. I'm going to throw that right down inside of there. So there's some added protein to that meal. And then also inside of there, I'm going to throw a handful of dehydrated spinach. Kind of crunch it up a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. And then the last thing that I'm going to add to that is my good old friend turmeric. So if you're a health geek or know anything about turmeric, it's really good for taking down inflammation, swelling. It's really good for your body to help it repair and recover. So I like to add it to just about every meal I cook at home. So on the trail, it's going to be no different. Throw me some turmeric in there to make sure that I have a little bit of extra help on healing. I'm going to kind of flatten it out. And the reason I'm going to flatten it out is because in my frame bag, I want to make sure that that can fit in there as flat as possible so I can put as many of them in there as possible. So I just kind of flatten it out like so. And then seal away. Alright, and again, have a little bit of extra there. I'll just slice that off so I don't have to worry about carrying that extra plastic. And there is a meal. So, got my entire meal there, really nice and flat, lightweight. And just to make sure it's not a surprise, I'm going to take a Sharpie and I'm going to write on here that it is Asian BBQ. Alright, so Asian barbecue, that way it's not a surprise. And another personal favorite dinner of mine is good old Idahoan loaded mashed potatoes. So again, got my cut to size bag, vacuum seal one end. Boom, got the vacuum seal, open my bag up. I'm gonna go ahead and just dump the taters right on in. Add about a half cup of TVP. Gonna throw some spinach in there. Give my taters a little bit of nutrition. A little bit of that spinach goes a long way as well, so shake it up, get it real nice and blended in there. Throw some more good old turmeric in there. And then just to add a little bit of spice and a little bit of difference, I'm going to throw some taco seasoning in there. So I kind of have some taco, potato, TVP, spinach kind of thing going on. So handful of flavors. Probably sounds kind of funky right now, but out on the trail it will be phenomenal. So again, get that all good and shook up. Nice and blended. And there we have it. There's another meal. Again, I'm going to take my Sharpie and write on there taco taters to make sure I know what I'm getting into at camp. So taco taters, and then again, I'm going to take the scissors and trim off the top of the bag here. Get rid of that extra plastic, no need for that. And yeah, ready to go. Alright, so now I just need to ship it. So I'm going to be using the USPS medium flat rate box. I think these are like $12 or $13 to ship. Plenty of room for what I need to do. Like I said, I'm going to be doing kind of pretty much like a 4-day resupply is where I'm going to be hitting every single one of my resupply points. Should be about 4 days, so that's what I'm going to send myself. So inside the box I have my 4 meals, a couple rice meals we're going to kind of throw inside the box there, a couple of the potato meals, we're going to throw those in the box. Got my breakfast, you can just kind of slide right there in the box. The good thing about these flat rate boxes is I can kind of put, as much as I want to put in there, and it's as long as it fits inside the box, it ships. So as far as weight and stuff like that, it should be good to go. Again, I said that I am a Starbucks Via guy. I have to have my Via. So that's 4 breakfast. So that means that's 4 Via. So I'm just going to kind of throw in there. And then as far as emergency, have a couple different flavors. Want to make sure I kind of get one of each flavor in there. So that's 2 of the tropicals. We'll throw those in there as well. And then as far as snacks, I have Nature Valley protein bars. We ate these a lot out on the AT. They are really tasty. Each bar has 190 calories and 10 grams of protein. So these were really, really good for the trail. I have some of the Kirtland brand or Costco brand protein bars. Again, there's like 200 calories in here, 21 grams of protein. They're pretty small, so I was pretty jacked about finding these. They don't weigh much. Those would be really good. And then, of course, good old Cliff. I usually get pretty burnt out on these, but for the amount of calories and protein and stuff that they pack, you can't really beat Cliff. It's kind of hard to beat them. So in there, we're going to do 4 of these. Make sure it's kind of a mix. A couple peanut butter, a couple chocolate chips. We'll put those in there. There's the brownies. So 2 of the chocolate brownies, 2 of the chocolate chip cookie dough. So there's 1 of those a day. Kind of stack those in there. Move all these over the side. And then the Nature Valley protein. Only 1 flavor. Again, I'm usually pretty good with eating the exact same thing every day. If I really get bored, I can always pick something up from the store. So these will work for me. And I'll throw those in there. And the last thing that I'm going to put in my food resupply box, just in case, are ramen. I'm just going to kind of add a couple ramen to each box as a just-in-case meal. Just in case I need extra calories, I need a little something extra to get me by. If it's a day where I am extra hungry and really need it, that's in there, just in case. So, that is a full resupply box of 4 days for the trail. That is 4 breakfasts, 4 dinners, 2 extra ramen just in case. That's 3 protein bars a day, coffee, and emergency. That should be good. I'll just pack those up, put a nice shipping label on there, and send it to where I need to go to. My first one is going to be the south rim of the Grand Canyon. That's going to be the first place I pick up a box. And then from there, I have them spread out every 4 days. I will pick up a box and be fully resupplied. So that way I don't have to buy food on the trail, and I can kind of make sure I'm getting the calories and the protein and stuff that I need to be able to complete the entire trail. Alright guys, so hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea and an insight to the type of food that I'll be eating while I'm out on the Arizona Trail and how I'm going to be doing my resupply boxes. Again, I'm only 2 weeks away from hitting the trail, less than 2 weeks actually. If you haven't got a chance yet, go over and follow me on Instagram. Start subscribing to me on Instagram. While I'm on the trail, I'll be doing a picture a day from the Arizona Trail, so don't miss out on that. The videos will kind of slow down quite a bit. I will be recording while I'm out on the Arizona Trail, but in preparation to make a short film and mini documentary on bikepacking the entire Arizona Trail. So again, make sure that you check out Instagram. Follow me on there so you can get a picture a day. As long as I have signal, I'll be posting a picture and probably posting some stuff every time I get into a town or resupply. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm glad you guys are really interested in all the trips that I do. Hopefully I can keep doing them after the Arizona Trail and just keep the ball rolling on showing you guys what I'm into and what I'm doing. Like or dislike this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and as always, thanks for watching.